Ah, a dinner party, you say? Cordially invited? I would love to come, but I'm afraid I look like a human train wreck. Look at this. It's not good. No one wants that. No one wants that at their dinner party. I'm sorry. Ain't nobody. And Christmas is in how many days? 2? I should really wrap those presents that you can slightly see the box of one of sitting right there at the edge of the bed. All the others are tucked deep in this corner, hidden away like some sort of dragon's hoard. And then there's this over here where there's these 2 that are off in the distance that you also cannot see, hidden away as though I were the Batman. And presents were my stealth gadgets of crime fighting. I should really wrap those so they can be torn open again by small children. Anyway, point is, hey, hi, ho, and howdy, everyone. My name's Shannon O'Shook, and welcome yet again to another episode of RWBY, and welcome to my dinner party. Yes, we're here for episode 7. That's incorrect, 100%. That's so inaccurate, it's not even funny. That was the previous episode. We're here for Volume 7. I almost did it again. Volume 7, Episode 8. Cordially invited. We on that topic, in the previous episode, we was invited, and by we, I mean it was mostly Ironwood. But, you know, I like to be a part of the group, too. To go talk shit to and at and with Jacques, because Jacques' an ass, as has been previously established for past 3-4 years now. Anyway, yes, that's what we are going to be doing this episode. Happy to say, and by happy I mean incredibly not, to say that I made it through the whole day without any sort of spoilers until right there at the end when you put the thing in the thumbnail with the why would you put her in the thumbnail? The episode was out for a couple hours. Hadn't even been a full day yet, my guy. I'm not even gonna say your name. You already know who you is. You fucked me on Frank's. You fucked me on this show, I'm gonna be real disappointed. And that's all I'm gonna say. I don't like to talk shit, but god damn it. Like, again, I get it. I get it. Thumbnails are a thing on YouTube. It is legit one of those things that I even dip into trouble with sometimes. Everyone is always like, if no one's ever given me shit for it, no one's ever like been like, hey, please don't do this or whatever. Like, I've always been really lucky. Again, I've talked about it. There was an episode of Steins Gate in particular that I was really terrified about because it had a very big spoiler in the thumbnail, and I put it there. It's also a 10-year-old series, but like, I get it, and we've talked about this before, and I talked in the comments to people, and like, it sucks. I don't ever want to be the person who did that, but I also do want to show love to the parts of a show you really, really enjoy, what means something to you, what's relevant to the episode, things like that. I get it. Again, I've had those moments. Even this volume, like I also talked about RWBY. RWBY is one of these shows. Like I talked about in the previous volume, I believe it was, thankfully, I waited till the second episode, which is why I waited, the second episode with Adam's face reveal. And that did end up in one of my thumbnails, and I was real terrified that people were going to be upset with it, and I would 100% understand, and I would fix it immediately. That's the thing with all of my thumbnails. I'd like to point this out. I always make a double, so that if there's ever, like, specifically if there's ever anything spoiling, I always make a second thumbnail, just like, so if anyone was like, hey, nope, I would say this is the line to definitely not cross, and I'd be like, cool, awesome, flip, reverse that shit, and get the other one up there, a backup. I did it for Neon as well. I had a backup ready to see if anyone was going to have too much problem with it. I was looking through other people's thumbnails, like, hey, is anyone else doing this? Is anyone else having a big problem with this happening? And in the end, everyone seemed okay with it, which is why I went with it. That's right. I'm very defensive about this shit, and I'm like, I don't want to fuck anyone over. So I don't want to step out of line with the consensus on what is too much. As it's something I like to do. I like to be safe. Again, I talked about it in the previous episode. Episode 6. I think I talked about it. I don't remember. The thumbnail for episode 6. Renora. I left the Renora moment out, though I was really, really debating with myself on whether or not I was going to put it in. In the end, I decided not to because I figured, like, the neon thing is one thing. Renora is something that's been, you know, waiting. People have been waiting on since the 3rd episode of the fucking series. So it was like neon is a bigger thing, but that's an even bigger. That's one of the biggest things that I could have done. So I really wanted to like drop it. It's again falls in that same line with what I did with Adam. Is I left Adam out of the first episode where it showed it and brought it into the second one because at that point it not only had a week passed, but a second week had passed on to the next thing. So I felt okay with that. I think, unless I'm making that shit up, in which case, I'm sorry, it's not on purpose, I'm just fucking dumb. I am pretty sure that was how that all went down. Anyway, point is, that all happened. And even then, I only ever wait, if I ever do get risky, obviously, it's only ever going to happen the week after once it becomes free to everyone to see. And even then, obviously, there's risk, but But you gotta be careful. If it's not even out of first membership, not even out of the first day of first membership yet. I know you don't give a shit about this show, this community, and this company. You don't give a shit about any of them. Again, I'm not going to say your name. Everyone knows who the fuck I'm talking about anyway. Everyone knows the people I don't particularly care for in this community. And that's not the thing is, I'm sure they're fine people, just humans, but fucking A, I hate your content. Anyway, I don't like being negative, but just like, it's just, you're so not helpful in any way, shape, or form. Anyway, point is, I'm especially salty because again, you fucked me over on fucking one of my other favorite shows of all time. And then you just, I'm sure there's probably other things you could have spoiled me on, but just why? You didn't have to. You didn't. Anyway, I'm sorry. I had a whole... I didn't plan to get into this, but it's just, again, that happened like just before I fucking sat down. I went to sit down and I'm like, oh, let's go check a comment on YouTube or whatever, make sure everything's up to date so I'm fixing stuff and get ready to upload more Pokemon here later. And then I go and first fucking thing I see is, oh, there's a thumbnail for some shit. Why is that in the thumbnail? Why would you put that? That's clearly not a thing that's been shown off, so why would you do that? Why? Cool. Anyway, again, I am sorry. I do not like to be negative, even with the most negative bullshit on my favorite series. I don't like to do it. It's one of the reasons I consider my fucking Volume 5 finale thing my least favorite thing I've ever made, is because the whole fucking video is me going apeshit over all that because I'm easily triggered. And it was fucking stupid. Point is, yeah, so I don't like doing that, but I figured I'd mention it. There is one other thing I do want to talk about before we do get started that isn't necessarily a huge episode thing, but it was something else that came out in the community, which I thought was really, really cool. And I want to talk about it. Also, I wanted to drop a little apology because there was something that I had said that, again, I'll get to it in a second. Anyway, point is, it's relevant to this conversation, so I thought I'd say it. Anyway, and that is... my Marigold. We got cool, like, every once in a while we've been dropping little bits of, like, information and stuff on some side characters and stuff like that, and one of the ones we got this last week was Kaden Jensen throwing up some stuff about May Marigold, which was awesome, which I didn't even catch that was her last fucking name, because if I did, I would have been like Henry Marigold, like that other guy, who, he was okay, I guess. He does have the voice of a suave boy, though. Oh, sweet Red Manuel, come back to me. That is the same VA, right? Isn't it Alejandro Sub? Fuck. I think it is. Anyway, point is, Red Manuel's great. Anyway, point is, yeah. I, number one, hadn't caught on that May's last name was Marigold. So shout the hell out to that. Announced that May was in fact Henry's cousin, which is really cool. I'm curious if we're ever going to get anything about that. Maybe not, but if we do, could be very interesting. Henry's one of those characters, one of those, like, obviously just really one-off fucking out of nowhere characters that have always been like, well, if we ever do make it back to Atlas, where we are now, it would be interesting to see if he ever pops up again and, you know, does anything or has any relevance, and it's just a sour dick or something like that. So I don't know. It's one of those things I'd be interested to see. Maybe we'll see him. I don't know. But again, the fact that we got a little confirmation on that side is really cool. Again, didn't even realize that. Didn't even realize Caden was May's VA either, too. I'm assuming, again, if I'm not mistaken, it's got the same name, so I'm assuming it is the Caden that I would know from some much older Achievement Hunter stuff. I don't know if she is still involved in any of that or not. Obviously, since then, things have changed in regards to Caden stuff, and shouts the hell out to her. Which kind of ties into the thing with May in general, too, is a fun little thing knowing that May is the first ever trans character in the show. And I just think that's really cool. And it's like, it's not... Is it insanely important on, like, a story or anything? Probably not at all. Like, even a little bit? No. But for a characterization thing and for the show in general, it's a cool thing, and I really, really appreciate that. And I appreciate that Caden's the one to, voice that character in that way as well. So I don't know. I think it's really cool. So anyway, this is, again, isn't an insane thing that needed to be discussed? Not necessarily, but I mean, hey, it's awesome. So shout outs. And anyway, the one thing I really wanted to apologize for, I don't even think I need to, but I want to, because I like to think I'm a very nice guy. Ignore the part where I was talking the maddest shit about someone a second ago. Point is, in the previous episode, out of nowhere, it's just this one-off bit. I was talking about the Happy Huntresses, and I mentioned Joanna, and I think exclusively because Joanna is tall, I randomly said, she, some, he, I don't, like, again, I think that was what I said, and just because it's relevant a little bit to this conversation, I wanted to say sorry, because there was no reason for me to say that. Again, I don't even think I did anything wrong, necessarily. My brain just turned to silly putty, which I don't know if you've ever watched anything I've ever done. Happens all the time. Usually not even with that. Just in general. You've watched this episode already. You know it's bad. But, like, I don't know. Yeah, it was something I wanted to talk about real quick, because I thought it was relevant considering this popped, and I was like, I don't want that to come off like I'm a dick then. That was me just turning into word soup. Anyway, again, I don't think anyone really cares, but just wanted to throw that out there. Anyway, do I have anything else I want to talk about before we do get started? I promise no more shit talking, people. And again, I don't want to draw any specific attention. I don't want to draw any attention to them in general. They don't... Stop being shitty. It's talking to me and him. In general, just, yeah. So, going into this, I know what Mama Schnee looks like. That was the big thing. It was just irritating. Anyway, so there was that. Do I have anything else to talk about? I don't think so. I talked a lot in the last episode about what I was thinking about everything. And I was really happy with how long I got to talk about it. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it there. And we're going to just kind of jump into this one, I guess. Again, we are headed to the Schnee Manor. It sounds like Jacques and James is going to be going at it a little bit, as well as I don't know what Team RWBY is going to be getting up to. The way the description of the episode talks about it sounds delightful. It sounds like a funny little haha. I don't know if it is going to be, though, because I'm scared. Because, again, this is the episode that I'm pretty sure someone from the RWBY was all like, yeah, the last episode was cool, and I was waiting for everyone to see that, but this one was the one. And I'm like, why would you say that? Also, it's the Curse of the Break episode. I don't know if you've been around with RWBY long, but whenever RWBY's about to take a week-long break or two, something horrible happens. So if you could not do that, RT, that'd be amazing. I gotta wrap Christmas presents, and if you try killing someone or some shit like that, I can't be dealing with that on Christmas. That's not a present nobody wants. Yeah. So I'm a little scared. But yeah, no, on that topic, again, if you are not in the know, it was an old show. I don't think that's still, is the know still a thing? It probably is. It might be changed differently. It might be named differently, but point is, yeah, this will be the last episode that comes out before the Christmas break, and then we will have, I don't know if it is 1 week or 2 weeks, but we will be off for the next week at least, and then we will come back to episode 9. Can't remember how the breaks work in regards to reactions and stuff. I don't remember if this will be coming out then that week, or will be coming out the week after. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. Either way, we'll figure it out, and I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, whenever you got to see this is when it came out. Anyway, I think that's it. That's all I want to talk about. I want to talk about May, which I thought was really cool. Wanted to just inform that I had been spoiled and talk a little bit of shit, but in a very indirect way. Always a little direct. Point is, we're not negative here. Let's talk about how beautiful Weiss's thighs are. Damn it. Just take you to a whole other place. I 100% mean as well, but like, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and finally get started with this episode. How long has this been? 60 minutes? That sounds about right. 60? Jesus. We'll get started here with episode 8 of Volume 7, Cordially Invited. May nothing go wrong. It will, but may nothing go wrong. In 3, 2, 1, go. Again, I'm sorry for being negative in the beginning. I really don't like that. I think that's the thing, is that is the most important thing to me, is being positive, and because there's so many other negative people out in the world related to the conversation. And we don't need that. I don't need that here. I'm here to talk about how great Blake's hair is, how perfect Weiss is in general, and how even greater Ruby's hair is. Did we mention that yet? You can just believe. I'm sorry, that was horrendous. It's not gotten better with time. I apologize. This shit did not age like a fine wine. It aged like... What's something that ages horribly? Something I probably don't want to think about, like milk. Right? Even just saying the word milk. I think it's because I put so much emphasis on the K. Because milk is fine. But milk is gross. Hey, Robin. Trust love. Oh my god, it's horrendous. I'm sorry. I got nothing done last week. That's not true. I recorded RWBY, and then I played 8 years of Pokemon. It was an interesting week last week. No one asked. I just threw this out here. On the news, he said he just wanted to break bread and hash things out. Maybe it won't be so bad. It's Jacques, though.
Yeah, but on his terms. Ironwood's going to be locked in a room at his rival's own dinner party. I know Jacques says he's happy to moderate, but all that really means is he'll be the one controlling the conversation.
Yeah.
I imagine how that's gonna play out. I still can't believe he won.
He is horrendous human trash.
Wasn't she? There's just too many coincidences.
You really think your dad might have something to do with Salem?
I think my father would do whatever it takes to win. And we should do the same. Meaning...
Well, no one knows your dad better than you. And out of everyone going tonight, I'd say you're the only one who could snoop around the house and not be questioned. If Jacques Schnee's up to something, I think we should know what it is.
Be careful, Weiss. I love you dearly, and I wish you to always be safe. This dude. I mean, it looks lovely, but goddamn. Aesop's rolling up. Ooh. You two always looking so goddamn class.
Sir, with all due respect, you'd have to pay me.
Sounds about right. Never change, Winter. Sweet bean, no.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, my
Where's
guy.
What an interesting way to say, hello, dear brother, how have you been?
I want to know about my boy.
Here. He was let go.
No.
I can't imagine why.
Not my boy.
Well, exactly how long
Not my 7 boys.
Table is.
I happen to know it's enormous, but most of my guests will be on standby in case the council requests additional eyewitnesses. Until then, I'm sure they'll be happily celebrating your father's victory.
Smarmy little bastard.
For those of you joining us in the dining room, please follow me.
Wish us luck.
Stay safe, gang.
They already invited you, didn't they?
Oh, these two. Please don't betray Crow and break his heart.
No, thanks.
Yeah, that's not a good call. Thank you, but
stick to patrolling the grounds.
Does this man have little... What ears do you have, sir?
Words out of my mouth.
Bunny ears?
Right, well,
I thought they were like
go
pig
wander
ears at
off,
first, but no,
don't
this is
break
good.
anything, and be ready
I'm
in case
lost.
the general calls on you.
Of course. I just realized when she's got the little thing on her back, it looks like she's got a bunny tail. It's hilarious.
And then all that other stuff. I'll be in touch.
Stay safe. I love you.
Sister.
Motherfucker, what are you
I was
doing?
hoping we could use this time to catch up.
Oh,
I have to know. Why did you go through so much trouble to leave home, only to come crawling back?
This might be a problem.
Yeah.
General Ironwood.
Cool. Oreos? What is that? Hi, guys. Oh, Robin's here.
Councilman Sleet. Councilwoman Camilla.
Councilwoman Hill would have had a nice ring to it.
I
suppose I should just be grateful I got invited to the table.
we didn't do. We love you, dear.
Miss Hill,
You're great.
That vigor of yours is precisely why we're grateful to have you with us tonight.
What
I don't
is
like
she
the
doing
red
here?
wedding atmosphere
What
we
we're
have
all
going on
doing
here. That's not
James,
helpful.
Addressing the concerns of our kingdom, which means we have much to discuss.
Indeed. I was hoping we could start by...
Are we safe with her here, by the way? I do recall some
Dude.
confusion regarding her involvement in that
Penny.
horrific massacre.
As the official report stated, that
Do
footage
that
was
to
doctored.
her.
Penny is completely under my control.
Which is concerning, I think.
RT, where's my hug button? Damn.
Let's talk about exactly what it is you control.
I just want to hang on to her at all times. It's okay.
Why won't this kid buzz off?
We need to do
Because
something.
he's him.
What was that earlier about breaking things?
Oh, shit.
Well, Whitley, I'm sure the company is lucky to have you. But if you'll pardon
Junior
me,
rolling up
where
here,
exactly is it that
fucking
you're
shit
going?
up.
Careful! Messy food coming!
Shenanigan squad.
Right, the company has promised me my own parking space. Maybe.
Care for a drink?
Don't mind if I do.
Oh no! Look out!
I'm going to go get some more.
A little smile on Ren's face. Yeah, ladies about, yeah. There we go. All worked out in the end. Man, you look good with the red hair, I'll give you that.
If you'll excuse me.
You do you, bud. Make them moves, baby girl.
You've operated with a fair amount of autonomy for the past few years, James.
He's
But
got
what we
two
need
seats.
now is for you to work with us.
Sir, I have...
It's obvious that no kingdom intends to declare war on Atlas. We had no involvement in the incident at Haven. We have proof our drones weren't acting on orders at Beacon. At this point, the closure of Atlas borders is only serving to hurt our relations with
Baby
the
girl,
rest
I
of the
get it.
world.
I'm not happy about it either.
The rest of the world? It's hurting us. The people of Atlas are suffering, and they want to know why.
Quite right, Miss Hill. And I'm afraid there's more than just your choices that have brought harm to our citizens as of late. Have your forces found any additional evidence as to who is slaughtering innocent civilians down in Mantle?
That is an ongoing investigation, the details of which are classified, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid of the ever-growing list of classified information you seem to be keeping. I asked our fellow councilman here to shed some light on your Amity Coliseum project, and as it turns out, they know about as much as I do.
Even you don't know?
The Amity Project will help with all of the issues you presented, but you have to understand
real
that discretion
complicated,
is a top
guys.
priority at this time.
Are you saying you don't trust us?
You can't just buy trust like everything else. You have to earn it.
I couldn't have said it better myself. General, if I may be blunt, you have spent what little trust this council had left in you. The hacker who turned Atlas drones against us was never captured. Whoever's been murdering your critics is still at large. How are we supposed to give you our trust when you've given us nothing as of late?
That's not what—
Winter. That's enough.
Excuse me.
I don't like seeing either of you upset. I love you both dearly and want us to be friends. Let's get. Can we get a group hug button as well? Damn it. What is
Miss
with
Schnee?
the...
Is everything okay?
Oh.
I'm fine, thank you.
Hi, ma'am. How you doing?
Work.
Hello, darling.
Oh, shit. Hey, Ma.
Are you okay?
Damn. Do I know your VA?
I'll be fine. I just let my emotions get the better of me.
It happens, man.
Mean?
You wouldn't understand.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
She's
no.
pretty emotional.
What I mean is, this place holds a lot of memories for me specifically. I thought I was in control, but you heard me. I sounded like a petulant child.
I thought you sounded fine. You were just speaking from your heart.
And that is precisely the problem. I should have just stayed in line.
I guess you're right. I don't understand.
Damn it.
I'm sorry I couldn't come down for your party. I'm afraid I'm not feeling well.
It's okay, Mom. It's fine.
What are you doing in your father's office?
Just looking for something I left.
That's right, you left. You left.
I need to use Father's computer.
Why?
Because I think you may have done something. Something wrong.
I thought we all simply assumed that at this point.
Yes, well, some of us are trying to do something about it.
Damn, girl.
He started locking his home computer. But he still has blind spots.
Mom, come through.
Camera in here?
I put them in every room of this house. For our safety, in case I ever needed...
Oh.
You haven't come back to stay, have you?
No.
Good.
Oh, goddamn, no. It's gonna make me fucking cry, man. This hurts. Oh.
Man.
This touches some personal emotions, man.
I'm afraid your father...
Mother
may be
shit
involved
fucks with
in
me.
something more dangerous than he realizes.
He has no fucking clue what he's getting into, dude.
No matter what happens, Weiss, please don't forget about your brother.
Whitley wants nothing to do with me.
Of course not. You left him alone. With us.
I mean, you're not wrong. The thing is that kid, in all his shadiness, is product of his fucking dad's bullshit. And mom's too, a little bit too, though. She's a fucking product of Jacques. What the fuck are you doing now, dude? That's littering, dude. That's my boys. These goons.
Hey, Mom! It's snowing!
Leave Mantle the fuck alone. Damn, man. I knew it was gonna be kind of harsh. Oh, it's fucking Caitlin Glass? Oh, shit. I didn't recognize that. Awesome. Shoutouts. Shoutouts, baby girl. Anyway, you know, like, I knew it was gonna be hard when we eventually got to see Willow, but fuck. You know, again, it touches on some personal emotions seeing that, and it's just sad. She got points, though. And again, the stuff about Whitley, it is a shame. I know I give Whitley a lot of shit myself, and I don't think I'm completely unjustified in that, but it is one of those things where, like, you have to take into account things that affect others. You gotta see how people become the people that they are. That's something that I think a lot of people don't always pay attention to, and I think it you know, it keeps things down more than it builds anything up, is if you're not paying attention to why people do the things they do, why they go down the roads they do. It makes sense, like all of the Schnee family makes sense for where they are because of what got them where they are. Almost all of it's Jacques' fucking fault. Almost exclusively, it's because this dickhead can't help himself from being just the worst kind of person. Yeah. I'd like to hope maybe they can pull Whitley out of that hellhole. I'd love to think if they can pull Willow out as well, but she's clearly been kind of in a way for a very long time. And there's, again, some harsh words in there that was kind of rough. Fuck. Anyway. There was that. Whitley looks good in red hair. We've established that. We didn't get a ton of progress in regards to what's really going on with James and Jacques at the moment. There's mostly just... It's mostly just them kind of... It was just mostly that bit of back and forth and kind of showing how far James is kind of losing control again. The Winter thing really hurt. Just both the Winter and Penny stuff really hurt to see, because again, I care a lot about those fucking characters. Like Winter, in general, the Schnees are one of the most like interesting parts of RWBY for me. They're just a group of characters in general I find very, very interesting. Helps again that Weiss is my favorite, just because she in general just drags everyone around her into a sphere of like, ooh, that's interesting. Because again, it feeds into that why she is the way that she is, why she was the way that she was when we first met her, and so on and so forth. Again, like that in itself is paying attention to that is why you can look back at Volume 1 Weiss, who's just a shitty little kid. She's just an asshole. But you understand why she's like that, and it makes where she is right now mean so much more. Yeah, so that was hard to watch. Again, it's some of, like, I really loved the Mirror Mirror anthology because you got to see more. It sucked, too, because it was really emotionally sad. As opposed to physically sad, I don't know what that means. Well, it it was really sad because in that they showed off a lot of, you know, Weiss and Winter's dynamic, especially in regards to their father, when they were younger, and there's a lot of Winter clearly bearing a lot of the, you know, the brunt of all of the bullshit in order to protect her sister until she couldn't be there anymore, until she had to fucking get out, in which case then it all kind of fell on Weiss. And then there's Whitley, who was again the whole other thing. Jacques can go fuck himself for talking the maddest of shit about Penny, though, and making her feel bad, because, like, again, Penny is the most upbeat, adorable sweetheart in the world. She beats out even Nora for that crazy shit, and yet, so watching her hurt is the most painful fucking thing in the world, because seeing happiness die is the worst. Like, I think that's why it hurts so much for so many people when we first lost Penny, is because, like, she is, again, that's the thing, it's a quick way to make everyone real sad and upset is to, you know, kill the moral compass or the light in the darkness in a group. As soon as someone starts being helpful and making everyone feel good, worry that they're going to die. So yeah, watching her have to deal with all this. That was the one thing that was nice, is about when she died, is, hey, you didn't have to watch her be sad. She was just gone. You had to watch RWBY be sad, but that's another thing. But now she's back, and now she's, yeah, we gotta watch her be sad too. That's not an invitation for you to kill her again. I swear to God, if you do that, I'm gonna be real upset, because either Penny has to die for realsies, or Pietro does. And I don't care if he just got introduced. I don't want him to die either. He's a sweetheart. He's my boy. My man, my old man boy. Don't do that to him. And he's clearly going to die already. So don't. Just don't. Man. Anything else? A lot of sass. But the only other really big push forward that we got was that Weiss knows of Watts now. We have a fucking lead. We know Weiss knows that Watts is involved. She doesn't know who the fuck he is, but she knows what he looks like. And if she knows what he looks like, then that means potentially she can help get that information to Pietro, who would clearly know who he is. That being said, he's supposed to be dead, so Pietro would be like, the fuck? What he dead though? What he dead though? How he do that? That's not how he talks. Can you imagine if that was how Pietro talked? That'd be wild and crazy. I mean, it would match his jovial personality. Anyway, why was this the symbol for Moving on. Yeah, I think that was kind of all I really need to talk about. And again, shouts out to Caitlin Glass. Awesome to have you around. Fan. I should not say this beforehand before I get confirmation that it's actually the case. Otherwise, I'm gonna look like a real big dumb. Is that who I think? God damn it! I have to do this now. I know I have you in this fucking thing. It is right. I'm not crazy. I'm not next to the fucking thing. Is it even gonna tell me? Probably is not, actually. I'm pretty sure I remember the biggest thing I know Caitlin Glass from. I know from a bunch of different stuff, but I think the biggest thing I would know her from is she's Haruhi in Ouran High School Host Club, which is what that was. Do you not believe me? Well, damn shame. Because that is what it is. You know, if I'm not mistaken, that is Caitlin Glass. Honestly, again, she's been in a fuck ton of other shit. But anyway, that's really awesome. Again, I've been loving seeing so many like awesome Funimation VAs and stuff like that show up in RWBY over the years. Again, with Volume 4 was the real big one. Like, obviously, there was Volume 3 where a certain someone showed up, but you know. But then there was Volume 4, and that's when everybody just decided to like whip their big goddamn voice actor portfolios out. That was what I was gonna say. Again, with like obviously Josh Greeley and fucking Chris Sabat and fucking Hazel was not. Hazel was Yeah, Hazel is the dude who does all the voices of all the Grimm, right? Yeah, no, he was an RT folk. He was RT folk. He is RT folk. And anyway, yeah, no, there's that, and then obviously, over the years we've gotten more with like J. Michael Tatum as Klein, who I am really sad to see is not here, but at least he's out that fucking house. I swear to God, if anything happened to him, losing a job is one thing. I'm sad and upset for my boy. You do anything else? Put you in the ground, Jacques. I can't. You're a fictional character. But I can dream it, though. Anyway, so sad that we weren't able to see Klein, because I love him dearly, and I fucking love J. Will Tatum. He's the fucking shit. That's my boy Okabe. That's my boy Lawrence. That's just my boy. That's the Hammerlock. I need to play more Borderlands 3. Anyway, what the fuck else was I saying? Oh, yeah. No, so we got those, and then, of course, we got just the people who showed up this volume of people like Donna and Bennett, fucking Lucy Christian, who I'm sad we haven't got to hear more of, because, again, I'm a big fan. Let's play one of my favorite characters. Dave Fennoy returning as Pietro this time. I thought it was really nice. I guess Dave Fennoy is not really a... He's you know what I'm saying. He's a big VA. What the fuck am I talking? I'm sorry. I'm a fucking VA myself. So when I see this stuff, I'm like, that's cool. That's crazy. It's awesome though. I like these people. Yeah. So it's awesome. Shout outs to her. I obviously don't know how much more we're gonna get of Willow. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more. And hopefully she kicks this fucking douchebag to the curb. So just kick him off of all of Atlas, to be honest with you. He don't... Test if that bitch got a semblance of his own, see if he can fly. Anyway. Yeah, and then we left off again with Watts. Looks like... Not necessarily cutting off the power in Mantle, but cutting off their defense against the weather, it looks like. It looked like they're... all of the heat that they're pumping out that's keeping them fucking safe and warm and able to goddamn live in Solitas. Just shut that shit down, because he's a dick. He's a dick, Watts. He's a real small dick. Anyway. Again, I'm sad I got spoiled on Willow before we get started. Shoutouts, by the way, Willow, you look great. I mean, again, you've been through some stuff, but you look lovely. The hair is wonderful, dear. It's love. I love outfits, quite nice. The tears are a very emotionally devastating touch. Damn. Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna end it there. I don't really have much more to say other than that. It's cool to get to actually see other members of a council, because we've only ever gotten that little bit with, like, Ozpin talking to the council where they're talking mad shit about him, and he's got this voice like this. Yeah, it's not really the voice they had, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it was nice to see them. We even got names. What was it? I think it was Slate, and I don't remember the lady's name, unless wait. No, because he said chairwoman. Yes, no, I figured out. That's how it went. But like, I don't remember the other lady's name. There was only one of them. I don't know why I said other lady. What the chairwoman's name was. Internet, can you help a brother out here? Where are we at? Okay. Not too much far back. Oh, Willow. I'm sorry, dear. Let's see. So we got the... I keep forgetting that Todd is Vine. Dinner guests. Councilman Sleet is Chad James. I didn't catch that at all. Camilla, that was her name. She out here riding dragons and being a big sister. This joke was just for me. Anyway, yeah, it was awesome. I don't recognize her name. So it's a wild goddamn name. Shoutouts to you. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. I'm pretty sure the last one's Quinones. Quinones? It's a great name. Anaris Quinones. That is such a kick-ass name. Anyway, yeah, so Chad James as Sleet. It's like Kirk Johnson showed up as one of the waiters. It's cool. Christine, don't know if I recognize you. Anyway, I'm sorry. Again, this shit matters to me. It's cool, man. Let me have this. Anyway. Yeah, I'm going to end it here, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, I am sorry for that little bit in the beginning where I was really salty. Again, it's just... I don't like... It's the reason I don't like talking about the negative sides of our community. Because I will get shitty about it. I don't agree with some people. And again, that's the thing is, I don't have to agree with you, and you don't have to agree with me. That is fine. I don't have any problem if the show's not for you, if there's things in it that you don't care for, or anything like that. Or whatever the case may be. That doesn't inherently bother me at all. It's your personal taste. You do you, baby doll. The time I do start caring is when you're a dick about it. Don't be a dick, because you're not helping anything. You're just a dick. Man. Come on now. Yeah. Anyway. Again, I've had my own personal run-ins with at least one of the people who is on the more negative side, and just that interaction did not go well on a It went worse when I was like, no, you know what? Fuck everything he just said. Bullshit. Anyway, I'm done. I'm gone. I love you dearly. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah. Anyway, there's that. Again, there will not be another episode of RWBY next week, as far as I'm aware. Again, I don't know when this is coming out. This could fucking come out totally after, and everything I've just said will be wrong. Yeah, so I will see you guys on episode 9, whenever that happens to be. Again, thank you for putting up with my long, shitty intro. Which just describes every episode on this channel of any series ever. Yeah, just in general, with things going on in the series, I'm going to be getting back to recording normal reaction-y stuff. All last week, again, I took all last week to just play Pokemon. I watched the first episode, or watched last week's episode of RWBY, sat down to record Pokemon, like, I'll record a couple episodes. I did that, and then I sat down and recorded more the next day, and then I recorded 8 the next day, and I was like, that's more time than I've ever recorded anything ever. So yeah, I just finished Pokemon last week. It was really, really good time. Anyway, so that is something that I at least no longer have to divert reaction and such time to. Men will slowly be coming out over the next month and a half. Well, next month or so. I think there's like 42 or so episodes. So anyway, so we were about halfway there. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, give it some love. And yeah, I will catch you guys next time, whenever that happens to be. Tools, doodles, and lemons, everybody. Bye-bye. I'm not gonna say it. Took everything in my body not to say some shit. Oh my god, now I have a headache. Just wait a week, that's all. Damn, that's all I ask. Fuck.